What's up guys, back with another train log in Q&A. Last week before I deloaded my test, I actually got sick this week but I still felt fine regardless. I think just fatigue building up, so deload came at a good point. You'll notice a few adjustments for the final taper in my program. Anyways, I want to talk about making changes to your program, which I usually only do at the end of a training cycle. And that's because one of the biggest ways to end up as a lifetime intermediate is to be a program hopper. The type of person who's always changing what they're doing. Now, why is that bad? Shouldn't we want to change things to be more optimal? So first off, lifting, and strength training especially, are really individual based. Different people respond differently. As you all probably know, strength beyond the beginner stage is going to take a bit of time to grow. So changes in the short term aren't really reflective of much. To truly see how things are working for us, we need to give it a bit of an extended period. That is why I only like making changes at the end of a training cycle where we've had enough time to see if things are working or not. And limiting yourself to only a few changes at once is a good idea also. If you're making like 5 changes every week, a few months later, how do you know what changes were or weren't working besides the most obvious ones making immediate effects? Another reason you don't want to always change things is not give in to neuroticism. If you always worry about things, you're going to get shit results. I've noticed it training a few hundred people over the years that I have been coaching, and it's been shown in numerous studies across numerous sports. And for lifters in particular, I've mentioned this study lots before, telling people they had good or bad genetics, regardless of whether that was true or not, had more of an impact on the results than the genetics themselves. Your expectations matter. You don't want to be too neurotic and worrying all the time. You need to have faith in your program, and that buy-in will create a feedback loop where you provide more effort, get better results, making you more motivated, and again, giving more effort, and the cycle repeats. The other thing to keep in mind is a well-designed program is going to build into itself. If you change the stimulus, you're messing up what the program was trying to do, and thus you lose the effect of building on previous week's work. For example, my program has been slowly adding weight week to week with the rep scheme and exercise selection I am doing. If I change all the variables, it messes up the whole progression. I also lose the mental benefit of seeing that momentum build week to week. Anyways, that was my training rant of the week. If you want to be strong, buy into your program and give it your all. If you want to be weak, micromanage and worry all the time. Anyways, onto the Q&A portion of the video. Comment more questions you have below. So first question, how do I arch harder? Well, one tip is to just do it. Every single set you do, try to arch more. That includes your warm-up sets. Mobility is like strength. You need stimulus to spur adaptations, so give it the stimulus you need. My other tip is a lot of people try to arch by flexing their back muscles to bend, but it's better to relax your back muscles and make them soft and pliable. Let the creation of your arch come from your legs pushing your back to bend. Next question, won't using mixed grip cause imbalances? I've never seen this being an actual issue other than people saying it, or having an imbalance and assuming it is from the deadlifts with no actual causative proof. It doesn't even make sense when you consider just being left or right-handed. The stimulus from using your dominant hand and arm is going to far exceed that of mixed grip for a few seconds on deadlifts. None of the shoulder girdle muscles get that activated during a deadlift. If you're really that worried about it, you can just do some unilateral work or just switch your hands whenever you're doing mixed grip set to set. Next question, what exercise should I do for a groin injury? I'm afraid to lift now. So whenever you're injured, I say you should do 2 exercises. One is the painful exercise itself, so you can rehab your tolerance to it. That's important mentally, as well as you mentioned you're afraid to lift now. Psychological responses increase pain, and you want to overcome this by exposure to the movement. Plus, can you really say you rehabbed an injury if you haven't worked the exercise back to being tolerable? Anyways, the other exercise is just the most specific exercise you can push pain-free. That's something to keep up stimulus as best as possible while you're injured to prevent any detraining, and also keep you motivated and improving ideally. For example, maybe low bar squats hurt your back, but high bar is fine. In that case, you can push your high bar squat and still keep yourself trained, maybe even improve your low bar once you're back to it. And you can start off the low bar light, slowly adding weight to rehab your tolerance. Next question, will straps ruin my grip strength? If you use them too much, yes, it's why I say try to use them as little as possible without the hands getting too beat up. Now I do find that doing reps can be what messes up the hands most on deadlifts. Just that bit of resetting each rep really shreds them. So try to get more grip stimulus in with less tearing by doing some holds. Just do 1 rep, maybe as a block pull, and hold it for the best grip stimulus. Anyways, that's basically it guys. Like I said, I'm going to test my lifts this upcoming week. Comment below what you predict I'm going to get. My heaviest lifts were a 325 kilo squat, a 325 kilo deadlift, and the 385 pound bench, which is about 175 kilos, all shown here. I will go over the whole training cycle and what I hit in my next train log video the following Sunday. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, thanks for watching.